want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where I talk about everything crypto daily. Real quick, before we jump into this video, if you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, please hit that like button for me. Helps me grow the channel. If you guys haven't subscribed already, remember I make these videos every single day to keep you guys updated on all things crypto. I really enjoy reading everybody's comments, kind of understanding everybody's mindset about this market or how you see things. You know, it's always important to give me your view on, you know, what you think about what I'm talking about. I like to get an overall idea on your thoughts in every video. So jumping right into the market today, crypto sideways with reddish undertones. Overall market cap of crypto is down to $194 billion. Bitcoin at 71.44, potentially lower than that on Binance. This is the Bitcoin 2-hour chart. You can see we had a bearish cross of the 21 MA and the 50 MA. Price retraced, came back down to the about 70.50 level right here. Briefly, we were below 7,000. The bulls came in and bought it back up, so there's a bunch of buyers down in this area. However, we did have a bearish MACD cross here, and you can see the price action fell drastically. RSI is oversold right now, so there's a potential for a little bit of a bounce right here. Again, you got to keep your stops in place, guys. Here, if you're in Bitcoin right now, keep stops. There's some downside potential. So remember, 7,000 is well, number one, it's psychological support. This is a really important level. Bitcoin bulls need to hold 7,000. So this is the 6-hour chart. So you see, we've got a descending triangle. This is bearish. This is a bearish pattern. 64% chances this does break lower. We had again a bearish MACD cross. Price action is trying to reverse itself right now. There's still about 54 minutes left on this candle close. So again, watching this level for a bounce. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got chat groups. I've got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading at all and you want to take control of your money in this market, I recommend you join my trading group. These videos are going to teach you everything you need to know about making profitable trades. Number one reason why people join the group is I give you guys the profitable setups, the profitable coins to be in. If you guys want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. You get a 20% discount if you pay in crypto for 6 months. Now you get a 30% discount if you pay in crypto for the year and an additional month for free. If you do want to pay with a card month to month, there's a Patreon link in the description. So we have Discord meetings tonight. We've got a Saturday night Discord meeting for about 3 hours. So definitely invite everybody to check out the trading group. This is INS. So it broke out, retested. It's up 37% since this was posted. Shout out to Wayne Bradley. He says, Chris, I've been a member for a while and I actually just started trading last month, which is smart. He came in, he said, let me learn what I'm doing here before I start throwing money at this market. So this market is going to take your money if you don't know what you're doing. We understand that, right? So he said, I've started trading over the last month and I have managed to double my trading bag. He doubled his money since he started trading. Huge progress that I'm seeing in the trading group. People come in as holders and they're posting charts and trading now. It's pretty amazing. This is a total altcoin market cap. Now, the total altcoin market cap in the last 6 days has lost about $3.5 billion, which is about 5%. So if you just took an average of every altcoin, you're down about 5% over the last week or so. We got to talk about the VeChain hack. So right after I published yesterday's video, VeChain announced his hack, like probably while I was editing the last video that I made. So important to get you guys up to date on everything that happened with VeChain so you guys understand, like, is your VET safe? Are there a lot of big changes coming? What did the blockchain get compromised? So let's talk about VeChain. VeChain Foundation made this announcement, and they basically stated that the VeChain Foundation buyback address was compromised. There was 1.1 billion VET tokens that were transferred to the hacker's address, right? This was a hack, but not of the VET blockchain. And so let's decipher this information. So they notified all exchanges to monitor, blacklist, and freeze any funds coming from the hacker address and any withdrawals from the corresponding exchanging wallets. A lot of the exchanges stepped up. They're working with them. They're going to, not allow these coins to go through. But if you think about it, though, there's a lot of ways to swap coins in this space, and all they need is just one person or entity to swap these coins out. VeChain comes out and they stated that there's been this 1.1 billion VT, but it was stolen as a result of human error. It has emerged that a security breach was likely due to human error, VeChain Foundation stated. One individual on VeChain's finance team created an address for the buyback tokens without obeying standard procedure. So they mean human error. A lot of people were saying, hey, this is an inside job. We'll discuss that in a second. Now I went over and I was in their Telegram group the night that this happened. And this gentleman stated that this crypto was sent to another wallet at 1.1 billion VT, and then immediately it was split into about 50 other transactions. It divided between 10 million and 300 million, just divided it up and started sending it. Some small amounts ended up on BitTrue and HitBTC. This person noted that it was strange to see everything so widely dispersed in a short period of time, and then they've got screenshots of the block explorer on VeChain just to show, like, hey, this is exactly what's happening. Sonny Lu came out. He's the CEO of VeChain, and he stated, hey, let's talk about it. And so let's listen to what Mr. Sonny Lu has to say about the whole situation.
During the wallet creation process of buyback address, one of the financial team who is in charge of this operation didn't follow the procedure very well. The wallet was created on the non-compliant computer as a temporary intermediate before the private key was moved to offline storage. The whole process supposed to be totally offline and without any intermediary steps. For sure, it is huge mistakes, and even the key store file was deleted right after that. But still later, the temporary computer our staff was using was infected with Trojan, and even the deleted data was able to recovered by the anonymous hacker. So after many trying, the hacker stole the private key and able to recover it and start to move assets out. So in summary, it's caused by definitely mismanagement action with a negligence, which cannot be accepted for.
So basically, they got a Trojan installed on a laptop. They deleted the key store file. They deleted a lot of things, but they were able to find, the hacker was able to find the deleted information. And you can see that the hacker was able to essentially get the private key and then stole the crypto that way. So it's important to notice that the actual blockchain was not compromised. So if you use VeChain blockchain, there's no updates or security patches or hard forks that need to happen as far as VeChain goes. So it wasn't a problem with the VeChain blockchain. So this was a hack, but it wasn't necessarily like a 51 attack of the blockchain. It wasn't necessarily blockchain related. It was because this person didn't take the necessary precautions. Anything I want you guys to get from this is you've got to use precautions when dealing with cryptocurrencies. Like, have an offline laptop where you deal with as much as possible, right? When you're online and everything's kind of hot, if you will, find some cold storage. I talk to you guys about the ledger all the time. You keep your cryptos on there. Exchanges get hacked, but again, it's the hot wallets. It's the wallets that are connected to the internet. So this is a VET USDT chart on the hourly time frame. So possible double top. There's already some downside. It was in this falling wedge. Right now it's at key support, the 786 fib level where it's at. This again, VeChain needs a bounce right here. This is a bullish pattern. This falling wedge, falling broadening wedge. Okay, this 68% chances it does break higher. But you want to avoid this double top from being confirmed and further downside. Now, VeChain lost about 19% roughly since this hack was announced. My question was, how does the price typically react when cryptocurrencies are hacked? And so again, this is different because this is XVG, and they dealt with a lot of 51% attacks. It wasn't necessarily human error. But just as an example, here's XVG was actually hacked twice in 2018. Here was the first hack, and you can see like you had a bit of a sell-off, but then the price continued to climb afterwards. And so this is 2018 was an extremely bearish market. So you had a little bit of a run up, and still XVG, after the hack, XVG price action still followed the overall trend of the market. And then hack number 2, again, you had a bit of a sell-off, approximately 30%. And then the trend just continued to follow the overall trend of the market. So hacks happen all the time in cryptocurrency. A lot of times it's 51% attacks or people trying to compromise the blockchain. And the important thing to understand is these cryptos rebound. Whether it's a couple weeks or a couple months or 6 months, people forget about it and they move forward. I think like this VeChain situation, yeah, somebody didn't take the necessary precautions, but it wasn't a breakdown of the actual blockchain. So just keep that in mind. However, let's see what this market does with the price of VeChain. If you guys haven't picked up a Ledger Nano X hardware wallet yet, remember this is the safest place to store your crypto. You can get the backup pack. You get a Nano X and a Nano S for $149. I definitely recommend you use this. This is Roger Ver. Someone stated that the last 2 years has been rough for him. He's been a Bitcoin Cash investor. He's looking rather gray here. I don't know if this picture's real or doctored or what, but it looks like he's aged about 10 years since we saw him last. This is a new Dogecoin GPU miner from the Soviet Union. You could see huge fans on this thing. Like you could tell, this is a new RTX 980 Max. This thing is going to mine some Dogecoins. Just kidding. It looks like a radiator. I thought, sometimes in crypto you got to laugh to keep from crying, right? Sometimes. Bitcoin's reaction to this critical level could determine how it trends in 2020. $7,000 Bitcoin. This is a key support level. This has to hold. This is like right here. If we bounce here and move higher, which potentially we could get a small bounce, but breaking below 7,000, I think it's going to happen. And, quick move to 6,500. We'll see 6,000 after that. So there's some potential downside. I want to be wrong here. And again, if we get a big break out of that falling wedge, everything changes. Flip bullish. I don't think we're there yet. So again, Bitcoin has to hold 7,000. It's very important. Like this is going to set the tone for the beginning of 2020 for sure. We start hitting these lower levels, 6,500, 6,000. Like it's going to take some time to come back because we still have to go sideways for a period of time, right? The chances of this huge epic run up happening in a few days is probably slim to none. These cryptos consolidate. They after a huge downturn, they slowly start to move sideways for a period of time, and then everybody's just bored with Bitcoin and crypto potentially. Now, these altcoins when Bitcoin does move sideways, these altcoins have a good chance to make a run, but again, I don't know if we're quite at the bottom yet. December nightmare, they stated. Bitcoin price plunges below 7,000, and it will be a December nightmare when we do head a lot lower. Fidelity Digital Assets intends to support Ethereum in 2020. Yeah, you can't count Ethereum out. Ethereum's going to bounce back as far as the price goes. Now, it's going to take some time. However, clearly in this article, it stated the obvious, and I want you to understand this. They said if client demand is there, and that you could say that about anything. Like if clients demand it, it's going to be offered, right? And so, again, I think there's a demand for Ethereum going forward. So IOHK came out and they said less than 24 hours since we opened the doors for setup, they have over 120 staking pools on board already. So ADA making moves. This is Kristen Smith. She's director of external affairs at the Blockchain Association. She thinks that change won't happen with Chairman Clayton around. Was asked if there were any predictions for 2020. She said, I think we're going to start seeing legislative movement. But as long as Chairman Clayton is around, I don't think we're going to see a lot of progress by the SEC. But I do think we're going to see legislation or bills introduced. She stated, we are working on bills on the Senate side. So it's important to note that it's going to be a turning point for Congress when more consumers are starting to use crypto on a regular basis. I feel like we're on the cusp of getting some of the things out there, she stated, so that it's not just people holding Bitcoin in their Coinbase accounts, but actually using it to interact with services online. Exactly. We want these cryptos to be adopted. We have to spend and replenish. We have to use them. It's a lot better for this space if people actually spend and replenish their cryptos. Running volume through these exchanges, and then you're creating business for other online entities or entities in general that accept Bitcoin. And so the use of these becomes more mainstream. So Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro says he plans to give away 0.5 petros, which is 5 times the minimum wage, to all eligible citizens in Venezuela who register with the Petro app. Lawyers of Quadriga, so this is QuadrigaCX, this is where the exchange in Canada, where the founder of the exchange, the CEO of the exchange, supposedly died and disappeared with the private keys. They can't find the private keys. And now lawyers are basically saying, hey, we want to see this guy exhumed. We want you to dig his body up. We want proof that he's dead. A lot of people think he faked his death. How do you guys feel about this? The Ethereum Foundation made $100 million by selling Ethereum at all-time highs. I would say brilliant. I would say perfect. I would say they did. I would do it. I mean, my question is, like, there's a point to hold these cryptos, but you get to that peak, that FOMO mania phase, and you're going to get a huge retracement out of these cryptos. You got to remember, you got the news, Ethereum's going to $4,000, Ethereum's going to $3,000. People took profit. The Ethereum Foundation took profits, and now they still have plenty of money left. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.